3D printing human tissue. So the idea was presented by this company BioBots, which is now called Aleve, to integrate biological material and human stem cells into a 3D printer and inject it like normal 3D printer ink and print out human tissue or even organs. So the idea would be to integrate these machines into hospitals to use for, let's say, to cut down donor wait times. If someone's waiting for an organ transplant and they need it, it's like life threatening. They could wait up to a couple months, maybe even a year before they get that. But with these machines, they could get that maybe overnight or in a couple days. And also, healing life-threatening injuries like maybe, or life-threatening diseases such as cancer. We can remove parts of the human body and replace it with just 3D printed tissue. And what about also on-site medical attention? Let's say the first responders such as firefighters or police officers that are getting injured on the job could maybe be healed right in an ambulance right away. Like say a firefighter gets a burn on his arm, on his or her arm, and just needs to just quick skin graft. Instead of going all the way to the hospital and having a whole procedure there, they can maybe do it in an hour or two in the ambulance on site and then get back into the field. But what if that's just scratching the surface? So what about if being human isn't enough anymore? What about changing your skin color, your eyes, maybe even different body parts to become someone completely different? What about if criminals, in a worst case scenario, committed a crime and like say a murder, something really bad, and then the next day they look completely different, unrecognizable? Then how would this affect us as a society? What would we do with this technology? How could this go further? What if you could become more than what you're capable of right now? Maybe even become superhuman, adapt some new mutations that could make you unstoppable. Maybe something as crazy as growing claws out of your hands or becoming super strong, just integrating different parts of different DNA from different creatures to adapt to new environments. Maybe humans could grow thicker skin to live in Antarctica, to explore new regions, maybe even ocean exploration, dive deeper and for longer without a submarine, or even space exploration. We could adapt to different environments like Mars and inhabit it with changed human DNA and grow from there, become a whole different species. Like I said before with the exploration. But what about also paving the way for something more dangerous? What if we take this technology further to start printing and growing own living beings and integrating AI into these creatures? What would happen next? Would humans become extinct? Would we have to fight our own creation to survive? And where would that lead us? But let's not think about that. Let's think of, the brighter side of this. So, home use. If we had this technology, we could effectively heal ourselves at home. Maybe not to the extent a doctor could, but we could at least start the process. Let's say you cut your finger, or you slice yourself really badly, or you burn yourself, or maybe even cut off an entire finger. You could have your own stem cells stored at home, ready to go in the printer, and you could start printing whatever you need and maybe even transport it to the hospital with yourself and have a doctor operate on you within the day instead of waiting till later that day or even the next few days and have rack up hospital bills. If this technology becomes more prevalent, it could be cheaper and quicker for us to heal. And also, we could care for more people faster. We could go over to the overseas to third world countries and heal their issues, their young ones that are born with defects or just life-threatening diseases such as cancer. We could make this more prevalent for everyone. But where else does that go? We would have to start asking questions like, Should we do this? Should we choose to heal and to keep healing indefinitely? And people would have to choose if essentially when they want to die. If we can heal and replace organs and maybe even limbs and body parts, should we? Should we be able to choose how long or if we can live forever? I think this technology is a really good start, and I think we can go further and benefit society with this. But we're going to have to keep it in check, because if we don't, it could hurt us.